A very good evening to you all. You're watching our TV, the English news. Thank you for joining us. Happy Sunday. We trust you have had a restful weekend. Now, here's what is coming up tonight. Preparation for the 2025 air agriculture season in Nigeria as RAB shares strategies to boost crop yield and overall agricultural output. Within 2 weeks, more than 4,000 tons of rice stored in the stocks and warehouses of cooperatives in Bugarama Rusizi district will be purchased by East Africa Exchange. My name is Olivia. It's always a pleasure to have your company. Now to the news in details. Preparation for the 2025 air agriculture season in Nigeria as RAB shares strategies to boost crop yields and overall agricultural output. William Evans Mutabazi kicks us off tonight.
In just a few days, the 2025 air agriculture season, also referred to by some as the long rain season, will begin in Rwanda. Currently, preparations for this season are well underway, both among the farmers and on the side of the government agriculture officials who are working together to increase productivity and overall agricultural output. Dr. Ndabamenye Terelsfall, the Director General of Rwanda Agriculture Board, shares on various initiatives for this year's agricultural calendar.
We have two messages. The one is land preparation to make sure that all idle land, which was not used for the previous season, is cultivated. So this is one of the strategies to increase the production when you expand land under cultivation. So the second message is to bring on board the farmer and all the stakeholders to facilitate those farmers to access inputs. We have the basic inputs. The ones is seed and fertilizers. So once we have seed and fertilizers on time, and when you have to plant on time, we are expecting to have a good harvest. So what farmers should do now is to do registration in Smart Nkunganire system. It is a system which allows the farmer to access inputs on a subsidy. The government is providing around between 40 and 50% of subsidy for inorganic fertilizers and around between 60 and 75% for improved seed. So for improved seed, we talk about hybrid maize, wheat, and soybeans. For mineral fertilizers, we have NPK, DAP, and the others. So all of those fertilizers are on subsidy, and we encourage the farmers to register. Because when the farmers are registered into the electronic system, it helps the agro dealers to go to purchase the quantity of seed and the fertilizer that they need. This will speed up the distribution so that by the beginning of September, across the region, the whole country, most of the farmers will be having the inputs at home so that they start planting.
The overarching goal for many farmers in the country is to farm effectively, produce high yields, and improve their standards of living, while also accessing the markets for their produce, which is still a challenge. RAB's Director General says they are ready to fix the market issue, and this is how.
Working with the different ministries, the Ministry of Trade and Industry, and then the Ministry of Local Government, and other key partners to fix those challenges so that we make sure those repetitions, those challenges do not come again. So the government will continue, of course, to secure the national strategic stock by buying some quantities of produce, but the private sector will continue also to buy the quantity of produce. But what we have to improve is regulation. How do we regulate the linkage between the producers and the buyers?
Land preparation in Nyagatare is estimated at 74%, while registration for agricultural input is at 76% as of today. Last agriculture season, the district produced an average of 4.99 tons of maize per hectare and has a target to increase productivity this year.
So the target is to really keep increasing productivity per hectare. We already know what we need to do to achieve this. What we need to do is planting, is land preparation and planting at the right time, and have all the inputs that we should be putting on, and then continue being close to the farmers to ensure that they do whatever they have to do appropriately according to the standards. So we think government has really been supporting us as farmers. So to the residents and us as the leadership of the district, we can only really committed to make sure that we make good use of what the government has been giving us to produce what is expected of us as a district.
The agriculture sector is a vital pillar of Rwanda's economy, with more than 69% of Rwandans engaged in farming or livestock activities. The most recent statistics released by the Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning, Minecofin, indicate that agriculture contributed 25% to the country's gross domestic product, GDP, in the first quarter of 2024. Reporting for RwandaTV News, William Evans Mutabaz.
Thank you, William, for the details. Still on agriculture matters, residents of Gakonisel, Kiramuruzi sector, Gatsibo district, are requesting support in acquiring agricultural irrigation machines. They seek to utilize the nearby water from Lake Muhazi to enhance their farming activities. We have details. Residents of Kumana village in Gakonisel, Gatsibo district, are requesting support for agricultural irrigation machines. They farm 12 hectares near Lake Muhazi and manage well during rainy seasons, but struggle during dry periods. Although one resident has an irrigation machine, others need similar support to enhance their farming. We face loss so many times, not me only, but also my fellow farmers. We only have one irrigation machine. I may come to look for it and find that another farmer in the area has already borrowed it, and vice versa. And it is a very big problem. And then you find that our crops may suffer since they don't receive water adequately. And due to this, we face losses. But if you advocate for us so that we may be able to find these irrigation machines, it would be of a big help. In Karuhura village, Gakonisel, residents are benefiting economically from irrigating their crops with Lake Muhazi water. They are currently supported by a project that aids their irrigation efforts. We are able to find seeds, and when it is time for the new academic year in September, we will be able to send our children to school with no hindrance. Muhazi has become a solution to us, a source of income. We didn't know that with it, we can achieve such great activities. Gatsibo District Vice Mayor for Economic Development, Sekanyangi Jean Leonard, highlights the district's progress in supporting irrigation agriculture. Each sector has been provided with approximately 10 irrigation machines, and residents who wish to irrigate can rent these machines and purchase diesel for their use. In our district's irrigation program, we have a total of 159 irrigation machines available at the sector offices. Farmers who need them can borrow these machines, provide their own diesel for operation, and return these machines to the sector offices once they are done. This number of machines is an addition to those available within cooperatives. We urge farmers to take advantage of these irrigation machines during sunny agriculture season B to enhance their productivity and achieve better yields. One might wonder about the number of irrigation machines available at the sector administration, and yet the people of Kumana village do not access them. For the 2024-2025 performance contract, Gatsibo district aims to irrigate 90,000 hectares, but so far it has covered 35,000 hectares. There are currently over 500 irrigation machines in the region, including private ones. Still on agricultural matters, within 2 weeks, more than 4,000 tons of rice stored in the stocks and warehouses of cooperatives in Bugarama, Rusizi district will be purchased by the East Africa Exchange, a business center that supports small farmers by buying their produce and finding markets for them, both locally and outside the country. Take a look. There was joy among the rice farmers as trucks arrived to collect the rice that had finally found a market after a long wait. The rice, which began being purchased on Sunday, was bought by the East Africa Exchange in partnership with 2 rice milling factories in the Bugarama Valley. After more than 2 months without finding a market for their harvest, the farmers are now expressing their gratitude to the President of the Republic for addressing their concerns. We were in despair. We thought that what we were doing wasn't valuable and thinking that we farmers are not valued. But due to how our president trusted us, we will never take that for granted, and we will also contribute to our country's security. We were happy to see trucks here that came to transport our produce, and there were also authorities. We are indeed happy and relieved. We were in despair. We couldn't even pay for the health insurance. But now we thank God, and in the morning I'm going to look for seeds so that I may continue with my farming activities. Ahirumukiza Alphonse, the director of the Kori factory, which began receiving the rice for processing, stated that they have a contract with the East Africa Exchange to handle the transportation and processing of the rice. He also highlighted that the factory has the capacity to store and process over 2,000 tons. We made an agreement of how we can partner. We as Kortikori Factory, we agreed that we will help them in the storage and processing, and they are in charge of buying the produce. We will keep it until they take it to the market, since they have markets they work with that can take up the produce. The problem of rice production that is not finding a market is a recurring problem in Bugarama. There are 5 factories in the area, but which do not have the capacity to process it. The mayor of Rusizi district, Dr. Chibirga Aniset, finds that if the industries in the valley can be helped to increase the capacity, this problem can be solved permanently. If we do a projection for this problem to be solved, there is need to boost the capacity of these industries, and that can solve the problem. Truly, the production is increasing, but we find that the capital of these industries is still the same, and they are not able to process additional produce. By purchasing the produce daily, one of the 2 factories involved in the transportation process will pack about 100 tons per day. They began with 850 tons that are at a risk of being spoiled in their current storage locations, and efforts are underway to transport all of it within a week to resolve the situation. This will ensure that the rice storage activities can continue smoothly and that farmers are promptly paid for the weighed rice. In total, more than 4,000 tons of rice remain unsold in the Bugarama Valley. Now to other matters, the growth of customer care services in Rwanda is getting on another level in different kinds of sectors, such as the health and also the hospitality sector, as reiterated by foreigners and also local residents. Inora Gladys with more.
The growth of customer service sector has reached on another level from a certain period of time in comparison with how it was working in some years back then. From the feedback of different people, foreigners and also Rwandan people says that there is an improvement from how it was before.
Last 5 years at the same level as it is right now. So we have gone a long journey where even the government has put more effort through different ways, like building schools for hospitality, where you find now everyone working in customer care has some ritual knowledge about it. So we have gone a long journey. We have even evidences, like when you visit the trip advisors of Grand Legacy Hotel, you see many customers with different reviews on Grand.
The service has been great. Everyone has a wonderful attitude, very friendly, very easy to get along with. It's been very nice.
As for the health sector, they made sure that their customer care service should be good, whereby they even made investments to have some machines that would help them to provide good services to their people.
We invested enough in customer care services, whereby we even tried to find enough machines such as MRI, CT scan, to make sure to provide good services.
Customer care service is one of the growing sectors in Rwanda, which plays a big role in attracting a lot of tourists, which improves the country's hospitality to be good. Enora Gladys, RTV News.
Thank you, Gladys, for the detailed report. Now, despite the low number of women drivers in Rwanda, those who pursue this profession demonstrate the influence of the country's commitment to gender equality. Their presence in the traditionally male-dominated field highlights the progress being made towards achieving greater gender balance across all sectors of the society. Adam Squizera has the report.
Nyirahaimana Salam is one of the few female drivers in Rwanda who has embraced the profession, highlighting the influence of gender equality principles. With a 4-class driver's license, drives large U-turn buses used for public transport, showcasing the increasing participation of women in traditionally male-dominated fields. As she explains,
after completing my high school studies, I found out that I had to go for driving courses and obtained my driving license at that time. Currently, I hold licenses in 4 categories: B, D, D1 and F. My family didn't believe in me because they thought that driving a car was dangerous, but I was determined to succeed.
Nyirahayimana Salam finds her job as a youth bus driver rewarding, as it allows her to support herself and her family. After building a house worth of 10 million Rwandan francs for her parents, she now aspires to establish her own public transport company.
It develops us because it helps us in our daily activities. I got some to help my parents because I'm the firstborn. I had a goal to build a house for them, and I finally achieved it, a house worth 10 million. I also have a dream of owning my public transport company.
Salama encourages her fellow girls to be bold and pursue any job they desire. She expresses gratitude for the leadership that has transformed societal attitudes, empowering women and girls to be confident and take on roles traditionally dominated by men.
Women are capable of everything. We also appreciate our president for empowering us.
Salama is among the young women in Rwanda who have chosen a career as a bus driver. She believes that success is achievable when one is willing to work hard and demonstrate their capabilities. Adam Squizera, RwandaTV News.
Moving ahead, residents of Gacurabwenge sector in Kamonyi district are requesting compensation for their land. These individuals are seeking fair reimbursement for their properties, likely due to the government or private projects that have affected their land. We have more on the story.
Mukaruka Kantonia, a 65-year-old resident of Gacurabwenge sector in Kamonyi district, was among 12 families who received the house built by the government in 2021. This construction was part of the agreement with the landowners who committed for paying for the land. However, it seems that some of these donors have not been able to fulfill their financial commitments.
Right after starting the construction, we told them that we were financially unstable, but later they asked us to pay.
At that time, the Kamonyi district administration had promised that compensation for the land provided will be completed by August. However, this compensation has not yet been fulfilled, and the situation remains unsolved, as the affected individuals continue to await the promised payments. The government said that it was going to pay, but there was a delay. They told residents to find the funds for themselves and pay. Additionally, the land prices increased differently from what they planned to compensate us. Dr. Nahayo Silva, the mayor of Kamonyi district, emphasized that the concerns of these residents have not been overlooked. He assured that those residents have been clearly identified as needing compensation will receive their payments, although the exact timing for this process remains uncertain. We don't plan to delay by this time, but I promise that will be expedited. You can even follow up later because it will be done. Regarding the delay in compensation and resulting losses for the land providers, the Kamonyi district administration has initiated discussions to address the issue. They have promised to find a solution through consensus among all concerned parties.
Thank you, Adam. So the details now back to agriculture matters. Farmers who participated in the Eastern Province Trade Fair held in Rwamagana district have expressed that this event provides an ideal opportunity to access seeds and agricultural inputs locally as they prepare for the 2025 A crop season. Adam Squizera once more.
The Eastern Province Trade Fair in Rwamagana district showcases innovation primarily in agriculture and animal husbandry products. Residents appreciate the event as it offers a convenient opportunity to access seeds and agriculture inputs locally, aiding them in their preparation for the 2025 A crop season. Particularly in this Eastern Province, we all know it's a hub for agriculture. That's why we brought the seeds directly to them, rather than having them come to Kigali. The Private Sector Federation in the Eastern Province highlights that this exhibition features various innovations designed to help farmers enhance their production. These innovations are expected to play a crucial role in improving agricultural yields and overall efficiency in the region. Our province is well suited for agriculture and animal husbandry. At this exhibition, we have numerous agriculture products and exhibitors, which makes it a great opportunity to attract visitors to our province Here people can find information about where they can get seeds or livestock, meaning visitors will encounter a variety of products. The 13th edition of the Eastern Province Trade Fair, held in Gwamagana District, features 257 exhibitors. The event, which began on August 17th, is set to conclude on September 3rd, 2024.
And on behalf of the technical and news production team, we sincerely thank you for being part of today's broadcast. Have a productive week ahead.